Good morning, everyone. I don't know why I'm singing yet once again, but it seems like the right thing to do. Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. I'm just going to scooch myself. Oh, here it is. Gonna scooch myself over here, get my coffee. I have like this much coffee left in my mug, but I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here and wish I had more. Good morning. Good morning. We are going to have such a fun time together. We are we're going to talk about tattoos today. You know what? I changed. I kind of had an idea. Good morning, Connie. Good morning, Kelly, Linda. Good morning, 586 Rexford. Hello, Reagan, Linda. Hello, everyone. All right. Love this channel. Thank you so much. Okay, so for some reason I put my contact in, and it's refusing to work. It's like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to hang out in your eye, but I'm not really going to do anything. So we are talking about tattoos, but I'm going to tell you, hello, Joni. I'm going to tell you right now, the weird thing about my eyes is that my right eye sees distance and my left eye actually reads up close. So I use this side of my face for reading and this side for looking farther away. And so if this contact doesn't work, I can't read. And if this contact doesn't work, then I can't see far away. So if they're both not working, I just can't see. So this morning, for some reason, if I get like all winky and blinky, it's because my left eye is just not cooperating. But we're going to talk about tattoos today, and I'm going to dedicate this episode to just basically some tattoo talk. We're going to talk about anything you want. If you have questions, we're going to talk about that. Hello, Kieran. Hello, Jo. Hello, Alicia. We're going to talk. Hello, Kelly. We're going to talk about, especially if you have any questions. You know, I am by no means do I ever declare myself like the tattoo champion of the world, but I have been getting tattooed now for about almost 30 years, somewhere around there. Hello, Darcy, and thank you for my tiny diny. I love those little dinosaurs. But I've been getting tattooed now for almost 30 years. And in those 30 years, I've seen a lot change. I've seen how, the environment, I've seen the culture, I've seen the actual, like the machine, they use different machines now. I watched a YouTube video yesterday and she talked about you. Really? Can you send me a message and let me know who that was? Because I'm always very interested. Sometimes I forget that people know they know of me. And when I hear things like that, I'm just like, really? That's kind of cool. But yeah, if you could send me a message and just let me know where that was, that would be really cool. Thank you. And hopefully it was nice. If it wasn't nice, still send me the message and I'll have to deal with it that way. But, it is what it is. So anyway, a lot of things, her name was, okay, I'll look that up. Hold on. I got to write everything down. Love your lives. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll look that up. I'll see. It was very nice. Good. Okay. You know what? And truthfully, I don't expect it all. Yeah. Hold on here. Do, do, do. Boo, boo, boo. See, the thing is that, no. Okay. The thing is that, I run a very tight ship on, okay. All right. I run a very tight ship on my lives, just so you know that. And truthfully, if you're not going to be here, and why can't I see the messaging of the chat? Right now, I am on two separate platforms, and I have one chat going on one platform, and I have another chat going on another one. So I have a tendency to I'll read the chat, so that way you know what each platform is saying. But that's why you can't read everything, because it's actually on two different platforms. But I run a real tight ship on my lives. That's just plain and simple. It's a safe space for me. It's a safe space for you. If something is said that I find a little cringy, maybe mean, not nice, just anything that is like, I will just mute it or block it because, again, this is a safe space for all, including myself and including you. So I just want you all to know that. So now, I'm multitasking these days. So that I kind of got a little off subject on that one, but we are talking. Oh, I've been getting tattooed now for over almost 30 years. All right, and again. Your platform, your rules, you're the boss lady, Kelly. Absolutely. You know, there's just some things in life and there are some things in life where I'm absolutely firm, just like this has to be the way it is. And unfortunately, when it comes to lives, I have to be a little bit more strict on these things because I mean, it even could be where the point where I don't find it offensive. Maybe somebody who's watching my lives find it offensive. And again, like I said, I want to make this a safe space for everybody. Mocha says, love your ink. Thank you very much. I have had Courtney. Okay, everybody, we can all take a big sigh of relief. Courtney is in the house. And if you don't know who Courtney is, she's my moderator. And I absolutely love her. So I already had to, I blocked somebody just because they were asking me to buy them stuff. So I was like, bye-bye. So let's get going. We're talking about tattoos. And again, I am not a tattoo expert. I've just been getting tattoos for a very long time. And also too, what I really like everybody to kind of know is that, sometimes I look at it like there's what people my age have tattoos. There might be people out there, younger generations of people out there who want tattoos, have tattoo questions, and maybe their parents aren't tattooed. And so they don't know where to go. They don't know where to turn. And maybe they could be like, you know, I have a question, but I just don't know who to ask. And I just want it to be really just like a very open platform to where, Courtney, Kelly wants to say hello. So I just want it to be that kind of platform. Whereas if you do have questions, I will give you my honest mom opinion, and I will give you the same advice that I always give my kids. So that's it. So let's talk about tattoos and journeys. Evelyn says, I am 66 and have 14 tats. Each one of them take each one of my children to get their first ones when they turned 18. I love that. And here's the thing. It's like, it's kind of like a black or there's no middle ground on this. I either get comments of like, my parents are so cool. You know, they took me to get their tattoos and stuff like that. And then on the other hand, I get so many comments of like, my parents won't speak to me because I have tattoos. And it just makes me really sad when stuff like that happen. So I try to be supportive in every single way I can. 100%. That's just what I'm here for. So let's talk about tattoos generally. K Beauty says, my mother-in-law always criticizes tattoos. How would you handle that? Okay, that's a good one. And then Liv says, how have any of your tattoos blown out after having them for a long time? Ooh, we're getting some good questions. I think that's so cool and brave. Do you get judged by other adults? I'm getting some good questions here. All right. We are getting some good questions. So let me take them one at a time. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that. I had a spam call come in and then everything just went to pieces. Are you all back? Are you back? Okay. So we have some great questions coming in and we're going to take them one at a time. Starting at the top. My mother-in-law always criticizes tattoos. How would you handle that? Well, for one thing, I don't have a mother-in-law, but I'm going to tell you exactly how I would tell my children and what I would do. This is driving me crazy. Hold on. Hold, please. I want to change something. I tell you, I need to get some new equipment. I need to get some new equipment because this is driving me crazy. And then I just absolutely blocked my other camera. So if you all can't figure out that this is live, this is 100. Gosh darn it. Okay. Driving me crazy. There. All right. All right. Back. Okay. So in order to keep, my first instinct is to just tell your mother-in-law to pound sand. I mean, that's just it. But you can't do that because of your husband and all of that. Oh, thank you, Tina. So what I would do is, truthfully, I would talk to your husband first. And I would just be like, hey, listen, your mom is saying some mean things and it's hurting my feelings. And if your husband won't step in and be like, okay, let me talk to her, this needs to stop, at the very least, you need to be like, if you won't do that, if you can't stand up to your mom, I'm going to take her out to lunch and then I'm going to talk to her. Because regardless if it's your mom, your mother-in-law, your best friend, oh, Nanacita, thank you, your best friend, a stranger on the street, it does not matter because nobody is allowed to make you feel bad for your decisions, and your tattoos are your decisions. And every time your mother-in-law criticizes you, it's taking your energy away. All right. It's making you feel bad about your life. And that's not okay. Again, it doesn't matter who it is. It's not okay. How you handle it, that's the important thing. Now that's the question that's on the table. And so if your husband won't, or can't or doesn't want to talk to his mom, then I would invite your mother-in-law out for coffee, out to lunch, take her into a neutral area, and then at that point, sit down and just tell her that when you criticize me or you criticize my tattoos, you are hurting my feelings. All right? If the first thing out of her mouth is not, oh, I am so sorry, I did not mean to hurt your feelings, then you're going to have to realize that she is most likely never going to stop doing that. And at that time, you really need to make some conscientious choices, and you're going to have to set some really strong boundaries. All right. You're going to have to just be like, if you can't respect me and you can't stop hurting my feelings, then unfortunately, I'm going to have to limit my time around you. It's a really sticky situation because, again, it's your mother-in-law. But at the end of the day, the important person that matters is you, because nobody's allowed to make you feel bad about yourself. So I am sorry that you are having to go through that, but you're going to have to, one way or the other, you're going to have to hold up for yourself, and you're going to have to just be like, I can't allow this anymore. And I am so sorry, again, from the bottom of my heart, that anybody ever tries to make you feel bad about having tattoos. Okay, Liv says, have any of your tattoos blown out after having them for a long time? No, not even remotely blown out. And I know that that is something that is talked about all the time, and it's something that's thrown at us as insults all the time. Okay, the oldest tattoo I have is 29 years old, 28, 29 years old, something like that. It looks exactly like it did today when I got it. All right, it was not the best tattoo. Now, mind you, the first time I got a tattoo was out at a outlaw biker shop, tattoo shop in the middle of a desert. All right. It was not like a finely applied tattoo, but it looks exactly like it did then. And I always call it my prison tattoo because it looks like that's where I got it, but it still looks like that today. So and tattoo blowouts can happen. I'm not saying they can't happen, and I'm not saying that they won't happen as I get older, but I'm telling you right now, I've had tattoos for a very long time and they are not blowing out. Now, if I were to have, let's say fast forward 20 years and I choose to get a tattoo in an area that is highly sun damaged, then chances are it's going to blow out. I mean, that's just the reality of that. If I'm 90 and getting tattooed, and it's going to have that chance. Do I think that my tattoos are instantly going to start running? No, I really don't. My mom was 73 when she got her tattoo. She was 82 when she passed away, and it looked exactly the same when she got it as when she passed away. All right, keeping on going. Mocha says, I think that you are so cool and brave. Do you get judged by other adults? Abso-frickin-lutely, I do. You know what? The adults are the ones that judge me. The younger generations seem to be much more tolerant to people who don't always have to look the same. So yes, the people that I get judged by, the people that I get criticized by, 90% of the time are women my own age. I seem to really just upset a lot of women my age. But again, that is not my problem. That's a you problem, not a me problem. I don't care if people judge me. I don't care if people look at me and they're like, wow, you've really just messed up. Look at all your tattoos. Those look horrible. I don't care. They mean absolutely nothing to me. Every single tattoo I have is a precious moment in my life, and I'm not going to let a stranger take that away from me. All right. If I felt bad about other people's opinions, or if I felt bad about how people were looking at me or judging me, it would take away my happiness, and it would take away my joy. And I've learned over 59 years that joy and that happiness, I don't give it to anybody. Well, I don't mean it like that, but I don't let anybody take that from me. All right. Evelyn says, one daughter is a civil engineer and the other daughter is a special ed teacher. Love their tattoos. I love that, Evelyn. I am really glad that you are able to, just absolutely embrace their tattoos. Oh gosh, Darcy, hold on. Have a great day, everyone. Bye, Nanasita. How old are you? You are beautiful. I love your tattoos. Hello from Romania. I am 59 years old, and I just turned 59 in August. And so I 100% am so looking forward to just continuing on my journey of aging with style, fashion, tattoos, hair. It to me, it's like the older I get, the more interesting I get. You know, the older I get and the more that I am just absolutely embracing my individuality, the more unique it's making me. So instead of me being like, oh man, what am I going to do when I'm like 65? I'm like, man, I'm going to be even more colorful, bigger, braver, bolder. I'm turning up the volume instead of fading away. Let's see here. Courtney, welcome back. Have a great day, everybody. Liv says, I love your tattoos. Now, Darcy says, my doctor made a few comments about me being heavily tattooed. Darcy, that has happened to me before. And I actually, oh my gosh, my dentist of all people actually said to me as I was sitting in the chair, he's like, hey, have you ever heard that old saying about how, it's a butterfly in your 20s and a bat in your 60s? I'm imitating him, but that's pretty much what it sounded like. And I'm like, I stopped. People are not allowed to talk to me this way. I don't care if you're sticking your fingers in my mouth to see if I have cavities, or if you're randomly walking down the street, or if you're my mother-in-law. You may not speak to me like that. Period. End of sentence. There's no exception. So I'm sitting there, I got my little spit bib on, and I'm like, excuse me? And instantly he knew that he had effed up. All right. Instantly. Thank you, Loanna. Thank you so much. So instantly I could hear his butt pucker. Let's just put it that way. And he was like, oh, no, it's just a joke, I've heard. And I go, no, let's just take this for what it is, okay? I go, you just told me that my tattoos are going to look horrible when I get older. But let's just stop you there. I am older. So are you telling me my tattoos look bad now? And he looked like he could have clawed his way out of anywhere. It's so unprofessional, Kelly. And he was like, no, 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 no. I go, well, that's what you said. And that's how I took it. And I don't appreciate that. And I'm pretty sure he's probably said things like that to other people. And they just sit there and they're like, and I cannot say this enough, but we all have voices and we need to use them. When we hold up for ourselves, we're not being confrontational. We are doing just that. We are holding up for ourselves. And that is something that we should be allowed. That is something that we are allowed to do. Now, we don't have to fight every time, but every time we do need to open up our mouth and we need to say something to basically take back our energy. Because when people try to make us feel bad about ourselves, it takes our energy. And I'm telling you right now, it's ours. The Locket. Yeah, isn't this cute? I got this from Free People and I absolutely love it. Mocha says, good for you. The Locket, show us. Oh, it's just a cute little locket that I got from Free People. It was like $30. It does open up and they have all sorts of different initials. Kelly says my tattoos make me happy. Absolutely. They make me happy. I love my tattoos and I am not going to change that opinion for anybody. Kelly says, so glad you called him out for the ish that came out of his mouth. His mouth definitely did not check with his brain on that one. No, but you know what? And truthfully, it's the simple fact that I don't think anybody ever called him out on that BS. And I think that just by doing that, hopefully that will stop him from doing that in the future, because there might be somebody who's, maybe they're a little insecure about their tattoo, or maybe they're a little insecure about their appearance. And he's just going to be all like, well, I'm a doctor. I can say whatever I want. Well, no, you're not. I don't care who you are. Darcy says, when the doctor made the comment, I said, yeah, I loved him. I'm a professional tattoo artist. And then she shut up. Yeah. You know what? And that's just the thing, is this does not have to be, Vegan Dave says, let's talk about how gorgeous Lonnie is, giving me model vibes on a magazine. Thank you. You made me blush. So yeah, and that's just the thing. It's like, Darcy, it's like a lot of times when I tell people that they have to hold up for themselves and they have to just, open their mouth and say something, they automatically think it has to be something like aggressive or something like that. And it certainly does not have to be anything at all, other than you opening your mouth and having a comment back. We cannot, again, for the 99th, 100th time, just walk away and not have a response. So if you can, thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. If you could tap the screen and get those little hearts going up, it lets TikTok know that you like my live, and they show it to other people. So yes. So here's the thing. It's like, what was I thinking? What was I going to say? Oh, probably one of the saddest things for me is when I do hear younger people say that their parents are not supportive of their tattoo journey and they have to hide their tattoos, or, their parents have disowned them. I had one young gal when I first started on the platform. She told me some horrible things that her dad used to tell her just about her tattoos. And I just want you to know that no matter who it is that is saying that, if they're making you feel bad about yourself, regardless as to what it is, you have to address it. And then sometimes you just need to make that hard call. And if they're really verbally just saying really mean things, you're going to have to be like, if you continue to say things like this, I just can't be around you and I am sorry. And at that point, if they don't stop, then you have to do what you have to do for your mental health. Kelly says, I'm getting a new tattoo tomorrow. That is so awesome. Where are you getting it? Um, Lewis P527 says, I hid my first one at 57 from my mom. My sister and I went and got our first our tattoos together. I was 31. My sister was 37. And we did not tell my parents where we were going. And we did not tell my parents that we got a tattoo. And then finally, when we showed my mom, she cried. And she was like, oh, my daughters just ruined themselves. She did not like tattoos. And then, my dad was like, well, that's my girls doing whatever they want. And so I did get a few more tattoos. Courtney says mine cried too. Yeah. And, it was kind of sad, but I did get a couple more tattoos. My mom tolerated them. But after my sister passed away, my parents actually went and got tattoos themselves in her honor. And it was interesting watching them go from, we shouldn't get tattoos, to actually understanding why people get tattoos. And I'm really sorry that my sister had to pass away. Had to pass away for them to get to that idea, but they did understand it. And I will tell you right now, my mom got her tattoo right here on her arm. And every single time that she was in the hospital and a nurse would come in to, give her an IV or something like that, they'd always be like, well, which arm do you want me to use? And my mom picked her tattoo arm every single time. And she did that because she wanted people to see her tattoo. And she wanted people to ask her about that, because whenever people asked her about her tattoo, she was able to start talking about my sister. And I always thought it was really cute. She thought she was sly and she didn't think that I had caught on, but I had definitely caught on to her by that time. Irene says, I like your bob hairs before. Well, you know what? Truthfully, I think every haircut, whoever has the haircut needs to feel their best when they have that haircut. I do not like what I look like with any more hair than this. And I won't. At this point, I see nothing that is going to ever, I can't see anything that's ever going to make me change my thought pattern at this point about about letting my hair grow back. Every time my phone rings, this tripod, which isn't the best tripod, actually starts going down. So as my phone rings, I'm like talking to you like this. My mother hated when I started getting tattoos. She was in the mentality that that's how you got diseases. Yeah, you know what? And that's just the whole thing. It's like, there's a lot of misinformation out there about tattoos. And one of the things that I really do recommend is that if you have like a parent who doesn't like your tattoos or doesn't understand your tattoos, and something that I often recommend that we don't think about very often is the simple fact that you can just sit down with them and be like, I know you don't like tattoos, but what is it about the tattoo that you don't like? What is it that you're scared of? What is it that you're scared of about me having tattoos? And a lot of times it will be misinformation like that. And it's with the sanitation and everything now, it is just it's so much safer now than perhaps when your mom was actually, when she was younger and could have got, or did get, or when she was younger and learned about tattoos. That's what I'm trying to say. Kelly, it was really cool. And my mom always thought she was so sly, but she really wasn't as sly as she thought. But she loved her tattoo. In fact, I have the tattoo that she has on her arm. I have the exact same tattoo tattooed on my leg. My niece had the stencil. And when I found out that she had the actual original stencil, I'm like, you have to send me a picture. I took it to my tattoo artist. He blew it up a little bit and I have it on my shin. So that's kind of like my memorial for my sister and my mom, because it was the tattoo that my mom had. I love what you have now. Yeah. no, my hair is, like I said, I'm 59 years old, and it took me until I was 58 years old to figure out what I needed to do with my hair. And this is exactly what I needed to do with my hair. And I was talking about this yesterday, and sometimes it's like, sometimes it's not so much the actual cut of our hair that we are worried about, but it's the stigma behind your haircut. I mean, truthfully, this is just a haircut. I could let my hair grow, and in 6 months, you would never know I had a buzzed hair. But by walking around with a buzzed haircut, to me, it says, like, the tattoos don't already say it, but it definitely says, like, hey, I play by my own rules. I'm not going to worry about society or what you think about my hair. I'm going to wear it exactly the way I want. And it was very, very liberating. Vegan Dave says, I love tattoos. It's amazing. And I'm getting one day. Oh, that's cool, Dave. And you know what? And the thing is that when you get it, you're going to know exactly what it is that you want. Mine embarrassed my mom. Yeah, you know what? Truthfully, I mean, when my mom passed away, I did not have two sleeves. But by the time my mom passed away, she was actually much more tolerant about these things than when she was younger. When she was younger, she probably would not have really have cared for my tattoos. But by the time that I was heavily tattooed, she was pretty much just like, hey, you know what? Life is too short, and let's just love each other for as much as we can. Hey, Lonnie, did you ever find that Black Widow? Ashley, no, I did not. But I'm pretty sure I killed it. And the reason that I think that is because I have never found a web or anything like that. So if she were still around, there would be a web around the stove, but I don't see any web. So I'm starting to relax a little bit, even though I still come in at night with like a little flashlight looking just to make sure that she's not lurking around. Tina says, my grandma always approved of my tattoos, piercings, but not my mom. Really? See, I think that's cool. And sometimes, sometimes it's not just an age thing. I mean, we always think like older people aren't going to like tattoos, and that's just not the truth. I mean, when I walk out of the nail salon, I did a TikTok about this not too long ago. But when I walk out of nail salons, I swear you can hear a pin drop. And I walk into nail salons and people just give me like that look. And it used to bug me to the point where I would get like really kind of like defensive. Now I'm just like, yeah, excuse my language, but now I'm just like, yeah, bitches, take a look. I got tattoos. So, and it's been kind of cool shifting that mind thought kind of being where I don't feel like I need to defend myself for having tattoos, and I can just be like, that's right. I got tattoos and I like them. I'm getting a tattoo of Lonnie on my back, a portrait. I don't know. I think maybe you should probably maybe get like a butterfly. Let's see here. My mom was the same in the end. Yeah, it's amazing how just life sometimes softens up people. Do you shave your head yourself? Granny Sparks Pro? Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. And as a matter of fact, that's what we're doing tomorrow. I was looking at my hair today and I was like, man, I'm getting a little shaggy. And I almost buzzed my hair before I got in the shower this morning. I'm like, no, Lonnie, do it live tomorrow morning. So if you want to watch me buzz my hair tomorrow morning, I'm going to be doing that. And I think I'm going to give myself my own version of a fade. So I will be doing a 3, a 5, and then a 7. Could you see that? Look at that. I mean, before I know it, my hair is going to be like falling into I'm going to get hair in my eyes and I'm going to be like, so yeah, so that's what we're doing tomorrow. My grandparents sometimes come to the shop and watch me tattoo. That's so cool. I love it. And that's just the whole thing. It's like my dad went and got tattooed by himself, and he loved his first tattoo so much he got a second one. My mom never got a second tattoo. My sister passed away first, so she got that tattoo. But then my dad passed away, and you know what? My mom just wasn't well enough to really get a second tattoo. So I'm just like, don't worry about it. I'll get enough tattoos for the both of us. But my dad really loved the environment of the tattoo shop. My mom just sat there and argued with the shop owner the whole time because where she went and got tattooed, he was very aggressive. Let's just put it that way. And he was very loud and he was very opinionated and he intimidated a lot of people. And my mom, who was smaller than I was like, no, I'm sorry, but people just don't intimidate me. And she was like, go. I mean, they were having a debate and she was holding her own. She was in the tattoo chair and it was her left arm, getting her left arm tattooed and just like, and I'm like, oh dear Lord, Mom, can you stop arguing? Because she would debate anybody on a drop of a hat. So I was like, okay, Mom, this is your one and done. I don't know if we can, if I can do this more than once. So she was 72 when she got her first tattoo, and she healed it the old fashioned way, just like I used. Yeah, I heal my tattoos in two different ways. All right. I heal my tattoos either what I call the old fashioned way, which is with fragrance free soap. And no, Crystal, I just answered that question. It's funny. It's like, I loved your short bob. Do you think you'll grow your hair out again? Shave looks good too. No, I don't. For the unforeseeable future, I do not see myself with any more hair than this. The amount of confidence I have with my shaved head just does not. It's inconceivable for me to let go of that confidence and go back to struggling with my hair. Because the thing is that, and I'll tell you about my mom healing her tattoo in just a minute, but the thing about my hair journey is it was so much more than just hair. I just did not like how I looked with that much hair. It was very difficult hair to control. And I was always constantly thinking that I could look better. And it like came across in a lot of my energy and a lot of my videos that I look back on. And then shaving off my hair, all of a sudden I'm like, dang, yeah, no, I like how I look. And the energy and the confidence level just rose dramatically. And I'm not saying a buzzed hair is going to do that for everybody, but finally, like realizing that you have a haircut that you think looks good on you, it makes all the difference in the world. So no to the hair, yes to the buzz. So again, my mom was 82 when she got her first tattoo. She healed it the old fashioned way, like I was saying, with fragrance free soap and fragrance-free lotion. Now, along the way, I do learn things from all of you, and I typically, what I was doing is I would go and I would buy a new bar of Dove fragrance-free soap. That's the soap I use. That's what I would do. And I would only use that bar of soap on that tattoo. It's not like I would take the bar of soap and be like, blah, 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 blah. Nope, didn't do that. But in the comments that I've gotten and everything that I have learned from you, as much as you have learned from me, I now will recommend that you get liquid soap. It's just a little bit more sanitary, because if you have germs on your soap and then your soap germs go on your arm, there is a chance that you could put some bacteria on your arm, and you don't want that. You want to keep it clean and sanitary. Courtney, yeah, she'll never grow it back. Amanda says, I've only ever used Dial and Aqua For. See, okay, so I use fragrance-free Dove, and then I use fragrance-free Vaseline lotion. Now, if you're going to use Aqua For, I only have one suggestion for you, and that is to use the spray on Aqua For. And the reason that I recommend that is because it's lighter. And I've talked to my artists about this. So I have run this question. Hello, Danielle. I have run this question by professionals, but the actual salve itself is a little heavy. And what they said is that it will have a tendency to be a little thick and it won't let your tattoo breathe as much. So I came to TikTok. I wasn't sure you saw my message on YouTube. I saw that you said, yeah, because I did see some, Tina, but I see you here even more. So if you do your Aqua For, I have to go I'll see you tonight. Yes, Tina, have a great day and thank you for my little gift. If you want to use Aqua For, love you too, my friend. If you want to use Aqua For, I would say the spray on, just because it's lighter and you're going to get the same benefit, but it's not going to be like that heavy salve. So you just spray it on and you rub it in. And it does not have that totally thick. Darcy says, yes, totally recommend the spray. Much more sanitary as well. Excellent idea. I never thought of that, Darcy. But the spray on it gives, like I said, it gives the same benefit without having that clumpy, heavy, your tattoo can't breathe kind of feel. Now, I use spray on Aqua For right out of the shower because sometimes I know myself, like I'm feeling a little dried out. I have not been drinking my water like I should. So I do have my ginormous water bottle, which I've been carrying around with me all morning. Ask me how much I have had to drink, and my answer will be not very much. Not as much as I should. So I'm on a mission to drink more water today because I, in all honesty, can tell the difference in my skin when I don't hydrate myself enough. And see, the thing is, it's really easy for us to say, like, I'm going to use this lotion or I'm going to use this spray and it's going to make my tattoos look beautiful. And yes, that is something will happen. But I'm a huge believer, I'm a firm believer that what we put into our body and how we take care of our body and how we take care of our skin is going to ultimately make a huge difference on how your tattoos look and the longevity of your tattoos. Because you might not know this or not, or you might know this, but I was an alcoholic and I smoked and I lived a very unhealthy lifestyle for probably 20 years. I mean, I always drank, but I was an alcoholic, a full-blown alcoholic for probably 20 years. And by the time I quit smoking and by the time I quit drinking, my skin was a wreck. And I was like, well, that's great. You know what? I just ruined my skin, but at least I'm sober. So over time, that was 8 years ago, over time, I'm eating healthier. I drink more water. Colleen, congratulations for 30 years. I'm so excited over my 8. But I drink my water. I eat healthy. I don't smoke. And my skin has made a really good comeback. And my tattoos normally look really bright, even without having to put lotion on. And it's because I drink a lot of water. So the last couple of days, I have not been drinking as much water as I should. My skin has been a little dried out. And when that does happen, I'll spray this Aqua For on right out of my shower. And that just locks in the moisture and makes my tattoos nice, and they make them nice and shiny. And I like that. I like my vibrant tattoos. Do you drink coffee? Yes. Coffee is the only thing that well, actually, you know what? When I quit drinking, I used to drink Diet Cokes in the morning. And when I quit drinking, I stopped drinking Diet Cokes also. And now I drink coffee. That's my new vice. I won't even say it's a vice. it's my new obsession that I can't live without. So I do drink coffee. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so I do that. Now, Darcy just mentioned Mad Rabbit. And yes, I do love Mad Rabbit also. I have worked with them now for a couple of years. So, but this is not a commercial. This is by no means any like paid promotion or anything like that. But the one product that I really do like the most from Mad Rabbit is this soothing gel. Coffee is the nectar of the gods. Kelly, I think you just nailed that one right on the head. I was just notified that your coffee was roasted this morning and being shipped out today. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that so much. I'm so excited to try that coffee. And I will, I'm super excited. Thank you. So the one product, I mean, Mad Rabbit is a very good tattoo company or product for tattoos. I do like some things better than others because, I can't sit there and be like, I love every single product, even though you can tell I do use them a lot. I like their lotion. I use their lotion pretty much daily. But this soothing gel, this absolutely saved the day for my hand. And my hand tattoo, when I got this one right here, my hand just swelled up. It swelled up. It looked like I had stuck my hand into a beehive. And it looked like, or I had just pet a rattlesnake or something weird like that. But it swelled up like a balloon. I could not move my fingers because my fingers swelled. So my entire hand was like that. And so I could not use Sanoderm. I would have used Sanoderm if I could have, but I couldn't use it on my hand. And so I was using it just with the fragrance-free soap and lotion, but it was burning. It felt like my hand was burning. And so I'm like, well, I'm just going to try this soothing gel. And it was like, it took the burn, it took the sting away from it, and it absolutely saved the day for my hand tattoo. So I suggest if you're looking for a product to help heal, I 100% recommend it. Mama J and Stevie the dog. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Do you regret any of your tattoos? Nope, not a one. You know what? Each and every 586, I will answer that in just 2 seconds. But I don't regret any of them because for me, good, bad, or indifferent, that is like a moment in time is stopped. It's stopped in place. It's like a timestamp. All right. I 100% just was like, no, I'm not going to regret who I was at that moment. And that's the way I look at my tattoos. Now, if I walked into a tattoo shop and I was like, hey, you know what? I'm just not feeling very cool today. And I think I want to like be a cool kid. So I'm going to get a tattoo and that tattoo is going to make me cool. Then yes, I probably would have regret my tattoos. But I don't. I go in there with like, wow, this is pretty monumental, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. And this image right here is going to represent me at this moment. And so I 100% don't regret them. I mean, I have a lower back tattoo and that irritates the absolute pants off me when people call them by a derogatory name. Because for me, it's like I got it because it was cool. I like where I put it. It's a design. It's a flower with little vines going across my cheeks. All right. And I like it. And it was cool back then. It's apparently not cool now, or it might be making a comeback, but I'm not going to let somebody's derogatory term make me feel bad about the decision of where I put my tattoo and what I got. So I embrace my tattoo. I'm like, this is my lower back tattoo. It's on my lower back. If you again want to call it something to try to make it derogatory towards women, by all means, knock yourself out. I'm just not going to jump on that train and I'm not going to do it. Do I ever watch the show Miami Ink? What do you think of it? I haven't watched Miami Ink, but I have watched Ink Masters, and I love the creativity of all of the tattoo artists. I love the competition aspect of it. I, however, sometimes really cringe at the message that they put out in regards to like tattoos and age. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I get really upset when people, and if you're a tattoo artist out there, no shade to you at all. I don't mean this as anything derogatory, but if you're going to call yourself a tattooed ink master, you should be able to tattoo all sorts of different type of people. You should be able to tattoo different body types. You should be able to tattoo different skin colors. You should be able to tattoo different age textured skin. Because to me, it's like on that show, if it's not a young white person, they have a tendency to complain about the canvas that they have to tattoo. I'm not a tattoo artist, but I get really offended when people are like, oh my God, I got stuck with the old guy and his skin is all this and that's what ruined my tattoo. No, bitch, that's not what ruined your tattoo. What ruined your tattoo is that you didn't have the skill level to either A, tattoo that skin, or B, have enough knowledge to say, I can't put it there. I have to put it someplace where there's no sun damage. You know, you can't sit there and blame old skin because you can't tattoo it. Because if you're out there, let's just say you are older, and boy, you got me going on this one. Let's just say you're out there and you're older. You know, like my parents. All right. My parents wanted to have a tattoo for my sister because she passed away. And they're like, you know what, Barbara? I think we should go get a tattoo. Well, Dawn, yeah, I think you're right. Let's go. But first, let's watch an episode of Ink Master. Wow, no, I guess we can't because they can't tattoo old skin. That's what happens, all right? People who don't know about tattoos and people who don't know about researching the tattoo artists that can do this best tattoo that they can, they don't know these things. And then they see it on TV and they're like, well, it's on TV. It's got to be real. And it just drives home that stereotypical thinking of when you're older, you can't get a tattoo. So I like watching these shows for the creativity. I don't ever want to say like anything again. I'm not being derogatory towards the artists. I think they're amazing, but just don't complain about the canvas you get. You know, it's just not okay. And then if you're a canvas and you go in and your art, and there's two sides of this story. So I'm gonna hold up for the artists also. If you're a canvas, which apparently they have to pay to be a canvas, which I don't understand that. But if you are on that show, or if you go into any tattoo shop and you're like, and if you're like, I want this tattoo here, and the artist looks at you and says, I can't put it there. It's not going to look okay. It's not going to turn out. Listen to them. All right. They're telling you, I can do this tattoo in this amount of time, and this is how it's going to turn out. Either A, I can do it and I can put it where you want it and it's going to be great, or I can't do it where you want it and it's going to look like crap. It's going to be one of those. And if you don't listen to the artist and it ends up turning out exactly the way that they said, that's not on the artist, all right? That's on you for not listening to this professional. So there's a rant for both sides of that. And yes, sometimes I watch Ink Master. Girly Girl says, I'm older and had a guy that really overworked one and it's all scarred up. I am so sorry about that. But I've always said, and here is just my opinion, but I have always said, if I go in and get a tattoo and it doesn't take and it blows out, I'm going to black out my tattoo. That's when I know that I have reached my max for my skin. And that's when I will just black it out, because I would rather have a blacked out tattoo Courtney, I just made you drive faster. Please do not drive safely. But I would rather, I'll black it out 100%. If I have a tattoo that blows out and I no longer like it, I'll just black it out. I think blacked out tattoos are cool. Or, but you just, again, and you just have to be really careful about picking your artist. That is 100%. Now, who do I use? I had somebody ask me that question as to who I use. I've used the same two tattoo artists for the past 10 years. One of them is Brian Dell. He used to be here in Temecula. He is now in Chicago. And my second tattoo artist who I use is Austin Maples out of LA. Now, Brian moved to Chicago, so I lost one of my artists that way. I'll either have to go to Chicago or wait for him to come back and do a guest spot. Or Austin, his books are just permanently closed. I mean, he's so busy that you practically have to win the lottery to get anything tattooed by him. So I'm kind of in limbo with tattoos right now. And that's just where I'm at now. Now, I did do a video of me healing my tattoo with Sanoderm. And I'm going to suggest this for Sanoderm, and I really highly suggest this. It's really actually kind of important. But if you have not used Sanoderm in the past and you, if you have not used Sanoderm in the past and you choose to use it on one of your new tattoos, I say that you get it prior to your appointment, put it on, wear it for a couple of days and see how your skin reacts. All right. If you have a reaction to the Sanoderm, don't wear it. It's an adhesive product. It's like a giant sticker or a giant Band-Aid. And if you find that it irritates your skin without tattoos, it's going to irritate your skin with a tattoo. So I always say do a skin test for that. Kelly says, I'm hoping to go to LA in March and want to get a tattoo while I'm there. Well, you know what? Austin's shop is called Love Tattoos. And Adam, who is also in his shop, is excellent. Probably if I'm going to get another tattoo and I can't get in to see Austin, I'll go see Adam. So you can, it's either Adam or Graham. Both of them are there and they're both good. So if you wanted to check them out, you could do that. And yeah, so that's pretty much everything on, did I get everything? Yeah, I think I got everything for healing. Do you guys have any questions? Do you have any thoughts? Is there something you've always wondered about a tattoo that you would love to know? By all means, let me know. I am TikTok. If you can hold on for a moment, I am going to say goodbye to somebody else. So don't go anywhere. And I just wanted to tell you all, thank you for joining me. I will be back tomorrow. Stay right there. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm shaving my head in the morning. So I'll show you how I shave my head. We will be back to do that. Thank you. Love you.